Hey there, my name is Tina Malley. I made a video a couple of days ago about why I chose a Sizzix machine over Cricut. And so here I am today. I'm going to tell you a couple of things I think that you might need as a new paper crafter. I'm new to paper crafting and I have a tendency to just go out and buy everything that I think I'll need. And now I've got a whole bunch of stuff and I've been paper crafting for 2 months. So I'll just give you a list of things that I feel that I couldn't paper craft without. But before I do that, I'm going to show you my crafting chaos. I live in crafting chaos. No matter what it is I'm doing, I've got a ton of stuff all over the place. And I decided that I was going to make spring and Easter cards for just about everybody I know, just because I enjoy doing this. It's relaxing to me. I do have a full-time job, but sometimes I just need something to relax me, and I just really enjoy playing with paper and the pretty colors and the stuff that I can design with it. Once again, I am new to paper crafting, so don't judge me, but I've got stuff everywhere. So here is my crafting mess. This is the stuff that I'm working on now. I've got flowers and butterflies and little bumblebees over here, which I love. I'm not going to show you how I'm making my cards because there's a lot of other people out there that do that. There's a lot of other people that make videos about stuff you may need. But since it's free to do this, I'm going to do it anyway. A couple of the things that I find as a new crafter that I'm really glad that I have. The first thing is a pair of tweezers. These have came so invaluable when it just comes to putting small pieces, glue on a small piece, and placing that little piece down in the middle without getting glue all over my fingers. I use these little tweezers constantly. Another thing I need is a little glue bottle. I love these little glue tip bottles. I think I got this at Hobby Lobby. They came in a set of 4 or 6, something like that. You can get them on Amazon. They're fairly cheap. I got me more than one because I know I have a tendency to leave the lid off and things dry out. And eventually sticking a pin in there to unclog it isn't going to work, and I'm aware of that. So I made sure I got more than one. The next thing I use quite often, besides, scissors, is this little X-Acto blade. Sometimes with these little intricate dies, you've got a little piece that just doesn't want to come off. If you just lop it off with the blade, it comes right off. I believe that you will need a paper trimmer. I use this thing constantly too, just to trim my paper in half, or if I'm using a bigger sheet of cardstock, just to cut it in half so it'll go through my Big Shot. It's much easier than cutting. You get a straighter line. And it's just easy. They're relatively cheap. I know you can get them at Walmart for like $10 or something like that. They're very valuable to have. Certainly get your money's worth out of it. I also got this. Oh, I'll talk about the stuff I got at the dollar store in a minute. Another thing I think that's serving me well, I'm making all my spring cards with just 3 separate sets of dies. I got me a flower die. I'm making all my flowers. You can use various colors. You can mix up colors. This is a blue and pink one. I use pattern paper for this. I got me some butterflies. I bought a die set. I got these on sale at Hobby Lobby for 40 or 50% off, whatever they had. And then I got a set with some little bumblebees. The only die I'm using from this set is this little bumblebee, but it has other things too. It has a sentiment and a couple of flowers. I still have this here. And it has an embossing folder, which I used and I liked, but it's not the direction I want to go with my cards. So I'm just going to use that little butterfly die or the little bumblebee die, and I'll make all my cards with that. Let's see, where'd my list go? Oh, let's see. A couple of the things that I got from the Dollar Tree. I love the Dollar Tree. If you have a Dollar Tree, you should go check out their craft section. They've just got a ton of stuff in there that you can get for $1 or $1.25 now. They're going high class, so you got to pay $1.25 for stuff. But I still think it's worth it. I bought rolls of this double-sided tape, which is the same as I got so much stuff around here, but it's the same thing as that comes in the little handheld thing that I find are overpriced. I was in Hobby Lobby today, and I think they wanted $13 for 8 refills or something for this double-sided tape. I mean, these are $1 and more come on the roll than what comes on that in the little machine thing. Plus, it's double-sided, so you can place your tape where you want it, and you don't have the open sticky side until you decide where you want to place it. Let's see, what else did I get from the dollar store? I got me this little cutting mat. I've done a lot of sewing in the past, so I have plenty of cutting mats. However, I didn't have this little tiny one. This little tiny one I got for $1.25 at the Dollar Tree has come in so handy, just because I can do, you know, it fits a card perfectly. So, you know, I don't need a big, huge cutting mat on my table just to make one little card. You know, and that I like, and it's much smaller, so it's just easier to clean off. I use baby wipes for that, which I got at the dollar store. And let's see. Oh, this is what I got from the dollar store. I was hunting around because I want to play with ink. You know, I'm just playing. I'm still new. I bought me a couple of these for 40% off at Hobby Lobby. They were only about $5 a piece. I think I got 1 or 2 things from Sizzix for $1. I got this for $1. But I didn't want to invest in better inks just yet until I decided that I wanted to, if I like to stamp as much as I think I'm going to like to stamp, so I bought one of these. It's got, each one of these has a different set of colors in it. The little stamps come off, so you can just stamp with this. I figure by the time they're dried out, I'll decide whether or not I want to continue with stamping, or I'll buy, you know, an ink pad that has, you know, a single color in it. But for somebody who's new, those work well for me. Lastly, sponges. I searched high and low for some blending sponges. I looked at makeup sponges. I looked everywhere, and I just found that they were so expensive. You can get a set of 4 at Hobby Lobby for like $10 or something like that. That is far more than I'm willing to spend. I had some of these little makeup sponges, which are cheap and affordable, but I found that when I was trying to blend my ink, I would get a line on my paper. From when it touched the paper, it would leave a line and it wouldn't blend, and I would have these lines. And it's not necessarily a big deal because I'm not doing precision artistry over here, but I just didn't like the look. I mean, they certainly have their use, and I'm going to continue to use these. But what I did find at the Dollar Tree is sponges. I got me a pack of sponges for $1. Oh, my packaging is falling apart. And I cut these into 6 pieces. Now this scrubby part does make a mess, but just don't do it over your work. And you just wipe it off into the trash. But these little sponges, I'm finding that they blend so much better than these other little sponges. And I got a pack of 8 times 6, my math is bad. What is that, 48? I got a pack of 48 for $1. $1.25. I keep calling it the Dollar Tree, but it's the $1.25. The last thing you're going to need is you're going to need some paper. And this is what I started out with. It's one of these. I got it. I love Hobby Lobby. It's the craft store that's nearest to me. I have a Walmart, but it's further down the road. I don't like to drive too far if I don't have to. It was just a pack of 200 cardstock. This is, I don't know what the GSM is on this, but it's sturdy enough for what I need it to do. I find the quality is not horrible. I know other people like different brands for various reasons, but as a new crafter, this paper does perfectly what I need it to do. And once again, Hobby Lobby, their stuff is always on sale for 40 or 50% off. I think it's a good value. It says it was $16.99, but I probably got it for, you know, $8, because I think I got this for 50% off sale. If you find that there's colors in here that you want, they sell packs of paper with just those colors. If you tend to use a lot of one, I go through a lot of white paper. I've got a couple of blues and blacks that I like. So I did buy me a 50 pack of black and a 50 pack of white. You know, and then the blues and the purple, I bought packs of those just because I like to use a lot of it. And I'm going to be honest with you, I don't try to conserve paper. I cut my stuff out like a crazy person does it. If I can get a couple of small pieces out of what's left here, I will. But otherwise, this is just going to go in the trash, and I'm not going to cry about it. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, paper it's cheap. So I'm not going to stress myself out about, you know, how much paper I use. Although I did do a better job with my little bumblebees here, but I find when I try to get too particular about how close I get everything, I start cutting into the design that I had already cut, so I end up with a bumblebee that is missing half a wing, and I feel bad for that butterfly, so I don't like doing that. So I just kind of put stuff where I put it and call it a day. I guess my point is there's other things to worry about than, you know, a little bit of paper waste. Lastly, and I say lastly lightly because I have a tendency to keep talking until somebody tells me to shut up, and since there's nobody here to tell me to shut up, I might keep talking. I love these. I love this pattern paper. You know, it has a bunch of different, it has 20 different designs in it. I made some of my flowers with this pattern paper. I've cut butterflies out of this pattern paper. Once again, it's relatively cheap. I mean, I don't know what your budget is, but this said it was $12. I probably got it for 50% off, at least 40% off. So what? I spent, you know, maybe $6.50 on this. So, and I'll get a lot of use out of this. I have pads of paper like this for Christmas. I have pads of paper for Valentine's Day. If I see something that I think I'll use, I just pick it up. You know, but this has come in handy. I probably bought this a week ago, these 2 packs, and I've already used a good probably 15 sheets out of it. Now, there might be some that I never use, but it'll just go in the drawer and sit until I eventually get around to using it. It's paper, it's not milk, it doesn't go bad. Unless you immerse it in water, it's not going to go bad. Just, you know, make sure you keep it dry. And, you know, it should be there for when you need it. Lastly, watercolor paints. I'm having so much fun with this, especially with white paper. I did not buy this at the Dollar Tree. I got it off Amazon, but Dollar Tree has these too. Actually, I think I bought a second one because it was a couple of bucks, and I have kids who they like to use my stuff too. So it's always nice to have a backup for when they come around and my stuff wanders off. There's always something wandering off around here. That's my list of things that I think a new paper crafter would need. You might already have stuff that I didn't mention. I'm sure I have stuff that I didn't mention. Um, but these are things that, I find that I need right now. And I use all the time. There's probably other stuff. Um, I mean, you also need some kind of die cutter machine. I have my Sizzix machine here, which I love. I've had my machine a couple of months and my poor plates are warped and all scratched up already, but I don't mind. It's just a sign of a well-loved machine. One thing I will say, if you've gotten this far, with stuff like paper and stuff that you get at the Dollar Tree, don't be afraid to use it. I find just a lot when I'm in a Facebook group or something, I see people, they're so afraid to use that gold paper or that pretty pink paper that they have that they love so much. There's a lot of paper out there, and don't be afraid to use it. Do what makes you happy. Um, and if you use it, you can just buy another couple of sheets. There's no reason to hang on to a 25-cent piece of paper because it's so pretty. Make something with it. It'll even make you happier than looking at it sitting in your stash. Of course, I'm not the one to talk to. I've got so much stuff that I'll never use all my stuff. My kids are going to inherit a hoard of crap when I die. Poor people. Anyway, that's my video about stuff that I think a new crafter might need, coming from a new crafter. A year from now, if I decide to make another video, I might have a different opinion. By the time I'm done using all this stuff, I might have moved on to new things, but so far this stuff is working for me as a new crafter. So, thank you for watching. Bye.